Welcome to another impromptu video where I share the messages that are being given to my heart, my mind, that are helping get me through these times and that I want to extend to you in case you can benefit from these things or feel a sense of connection connection through what I have to share. So I'm gonna try to get right into it. I'm not doing or feeling my greatest whatsoever. The last couple of days I've been in and out of this very dark, and when I say dark, I don't mean bad, I just mean I'm a little bit in the dark. There are things that are going on that kind of cause me to take a step back and try to take stock of the bigger picture and understand like what's going on. I don't know if this is making any sense. But I just want to share this message as a testament to the power that is dormant or not yet visible or recognized within you, that perhaps you need to remember that is in you right now, because I know that's relevant for me. I need to remember my power. I need to remember, who I am amidst noise, chaos, darkness, whatever it is, insecurities. And part of the reason that I'm not doing the greatest is because you can see on my face some redness. I deal with histamine intolerance, and that's a whole journey that I will be posting a video on probably later today. I've posted like a few videos today or the other day. But yeah, sometimes in life we go through terrible, confusing, nonsensical things, and that's kind of really what I wanted to talk about. We sometimes just get this like backhanded, we feel beaten, we feel confused, and it's almost as if these storms, they come in to our lives, to our minds, or whatever. My hair, I washed it, so it not always dries so frizzy, and I just trimmed my bangs again today, so they're kind of like shelfy and weird. But it's fine. We have our insecurities, we have our things, and then we have events that happen in life that they hurt and they are not fair and they don't make sense, and we feel disconnected, we feel confused, we feel disillusioned. The way that life plays out sometimes is just like that, and I just want to share this message to speak aloud a reminder, first of all, to give reverence to God and to highlight God in the midst of all of the chaos that's happening, because at the center of everything is this unmoving, infinite source of light and love and support and peace and joy and cohesion. And there are times in life where circumstances feel like a tsunami, and that is no reason to forget about the glory of God, honestly. And I'm talking about this, I feel like there's so many different language choices that could be used to express what I mean when I say the glory of God. I mean, I literally mean the glory of God, but you can, see it as, the fabric of the universe, love, what everything is made of, whatever language you use to connect to the source of all things. That's what I'm talking about. That connection never, ever goes away. So it's time for us to embrace the connection with source amidst all the chaos that happens, and to embrace life as, what am I trying to say? I don't want to, because to be honest with you, not everything is from the light. Not everything is of God. And in my experience, God is peace. God is joy. God is safety. God is security. God is unwavering faith. And anything outside of that, to me, is not God. And the thing is, the great thing about God, the great thing about a connection to source and a rich spiritual, nourishing spiritual regimen or practice or roots, commitment, devotion. The great thing about that is that when you have those practices and those anchors and those beliefs to rest back on as foundations when shit hits the fan, so to speak. I don't like to curse really, but sometimes it feels appropriate in the moment. When you have those foundations to lean on, when things get absurd, when things get unbelievably challenging, or you have health flare-ups, or you have insecurity flare-ups, or you have relationship issues, or whatever, all of this stuff, like having a connection with God, having a connection with source, and being able to derive this hope and this sense of renewal, even when everything feels so bleak. Look at the sun coming out perfectly timed. The light still shines. There are clouds, overcast. It is gusty. It's like 30, 40 mile an hour winds today outside. And these cloud fronts are coming in. It's intense. And I think that the physical weather kind of speaks to some states that maybe a lot of us are feeling. But yeah, again, when we have this connection to our version of peace, and I say our version of peace because every individual has a different psychosomatic blueprint and internal intuitive language and way of communicating with existence, so to speak, that defines the ways in which source is illuminated to them and through them. And a very simple way of saying that is that someone who's passionate about being a doctor and someone who's passionate about being an artist, they experience connection, fulfillment, passion, this inner fire and brightness through being an artist and being a doctor. And someone who, like, not everyone has the same pathway that they walk to achieve, peace. And not everyone, appreciates the language, of God or religion. Not everyone has the same connection to those things that I do, but I'm speaking in my relationship terms, like the terms that I use to relate to this connection with source. And I'm Jewish and I believe in God, and I understand more and more, like the more I, go through moments in life where there are these bouts of storms and overcast weather, internally, in my mind and my heart, even in my, clouding my spirit, which it happens sometimes. The spirit gets clouded. The more I kind of go through these things, and the more I dig back to God, back to source, back to the underlying glory of existence beneath these things, the stronger my faith gets. And I'm not saying by any means that it's easy, or that, faith is something that it's just handed to you. It's a muscle. It comes from devotion. It comes from making a choice. And I feel like when you adapt, well, this is what I've noticed in my life. I'll speak for myself. But when I adapt a resolve that I'm going to be devoted to my God, to source, to being of service, to these higher values, if that's truly the case, then nothing outside of me should touch that. And if I think that faith and that connection is touched, then it's not the real deal. There's something deeper. There's something beneath it. So I'm here to say that no matter what you are suffering with, no matter what you are going through, dig deeper and keep seeking. Everyone's walk is their own, and I just wish for everybody to have the encouragement to believe in God, honestly. And when I say believe in God, you can take that, you can take that in different ways. And I'll make a parallel with, believing in your dreams and stoking the flames of hope inside of you. Even if things are bleak, even if you look at yourself in the mirror and you don't like what you see, you know what I mean? Even if you feel defeated, you feel heavy, you feel whatever it is that you're going through. Do not let it steal or rob you of your dreams, your conviction, your hope, because life keeps turning. Seasons keep changing. If you can hold on to your conviction and your faith and your hope now, in the thick of it and the worst of it, and you can find, continue to cultivate those foundations when life is good and when life is bad. And just if you're able to do that, then no matter what happens, you're going to be able to find a way back to peace. Your mind is not going to get lost. You're not going to lose yourself. You're not going to lose your mind, Sometimes when we endure traumas or, drastic changes or severe things, it can feel as if it steals our soul, our minds. And from a shamanic perspective, yes, like sometimes we do sort of disconnect from parts of our souls or, God, because things are so foggy and so insane that we lose sight. And that is why, cultivating this devotional relationship with God and with Source and having strong spiritual roots can anchor you, even if you can't see like the next step in front of you. I used to drive up to North Carolina a couple times every year, and I would go up into the mountains in the northwestern part in Boone, and I would go to an ashram with some family and community, and we would go there regularly. And pretty much most nights up there were absurdly foggy. And sometimes, the roads up there are like these switchback mountain roads, and there's no guardrails or anything. You're basically driving on a road on a cliff, and your headlights illuminate like maybe 4 feet or 3 feet of, the road paint. You can see the yellow line in the center. I'm talking about like American United States roads. I think roads are generally the same in North America, but I could be wrong. But anyway, driving in the United States, the roads, you have your one way and then your other way. And in the middle, there's like the yellow line, and then on the edge, there's the white line. And so what I'm saying, is that like some days, or some nights rather, even mornings, Some days it would be so foggy that, yeah, you could literally only see 3 feet in front of the car, and you need to get home. You know what I mean? So you're not. There's no option to wait for the fog to go away. We have to go through the fog to get to the house, to get to where we're trying to go. And so what we do is we literally just take it a foot at a time, even if it takes 30 minutes to go half a mile. You know what I mean? What has to be done is what has to be done. And life continues moving. It continues moving. It doesn't stop for anyone. And so I hope that this encourages you, that if you feel trodden down by certain beliefs or ideas that are not truly you, they're not truly God, but they arise as a result, as a response to your suffering, to your trauma, these thoughts, these things in our ego, sun, perfect timing, these negative self-beliefs that dilute our holiness and our light, they arise as responses to traumas, as an ego mechanism to protect us. I don't know even if that's what I meant to say, to protect us. Is it even, I think to some degree it's a protection mechanism from feeling pain, because, you know, if you have gone through severe trauma, like if a shark bit your leg off, God forbid, knock on wood, then, you know, your body has these ways of, you know, protecting you from that pain. It's like when you're hit by something or you're in shock or whatever, it's like your body helps you to survive by protecting you from that pain and sending adrenaline or whatever. But when it comes to, you know, mental or emotional afflictions, that sort of protection mechanism is like, you know, it can come in the form of thoughts. And so I just want to say this reminder that those are not who you are. They're not who you are. All the insecurity is all the stuff. It's not you. It's not you. You can show up and you can shine the light of God. You can shine the light of your soul, even if you don't like the pimple on your face, whatever. You know what I mean? It's not reflective of who we are, these symptoms and these, you know, changing experiences and these traumas and the pains. Like, they don't define us, you know? And so I just want to encourage whoever's watching and who needs to hear this, that it doesn't matter how deep in the trenches you feel or what's going on, but, you know, you're not lost. You're not lost. You just forgot. You forgot temporarily that what your true identity is, which, again, the sun coming out, perfect timing. It's light. It's energy. It's God. You're an immaculate creation. You're unbelievable. You're a miracle. That's what you are at your core. And I'm not saying that none of this stuff is meant to be used to bypass, you know, worldly issues, you know, or, you know, behaviors, choices. We should act in integrity. We should take responsibility for ourselves, for what we need, for the changes that we need to make, you know? And still, in the midst of those things, we need to remember our spiritual identity. And I'm sharing this because this is what's getting me through my hard times. I'm going through some confusing, painful, annoying, heavy things at the moment. Health issues, relationship things, movement, traveling things, whatever it is, for me, for you. Yeah. remember your spiritual identity. Remember who you are at your core. And know that this stuff that you're going through, it's not you. Okay, so don't let it weigh on your identity and weigh on your view of yourself. It is a commandment of God to rejoice, to celebrate, practice gratitude. And again, don't bypass, cry, do your emotional release, take care of yourself, get in community where you're supported, validated, seen, loved. And if you don't have that, then there's nothing wrong with you. You just haven't found your people yet. And you need to really just take this time when you don't even have other people's opinions to worry about, to really just drop in to who you are, what you need, let it be open, give it to God. Not everyone is going to understand. Not everyone is going to see you and be able to hold you the way that God can hold you. And I'm telling you this because we need these foundations in life, because people die, people change, things change, forms change. So who are we? What are we beyond all of the changing things? It's a profound question. And that's why I say, anchor your identity in what is unchanging, what is infinite and eternal. And I could keep saying the same thing forever, but I really hope that this reaches whoever it can serve. And I love you, and you're not crazy, and you are not a sum of the pain that you are put through, especially if you've been abused or wronged. You are not equivalent to the way that people treat you. You are not equivalent to the way that people have shown up towards you, or that circumstances have shown up. You are not a sum of all of the systems and things that have failed you over and over and over. You're not. Your spirit's unbreakable. It is unbreakable. And I'm sure you know that. And whatever you're going through right now is only going to make that stronger. So God bless you.